Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I wanted to do a bit of a different video and go over my collection of fingerboard stuff. I've been fingerboarding for like forever, it feels like. um, at least the earliest dated board I think I have is 2012. Um, and I've been making decks for a while, but I've also been, just collecting for even longer. So I've been through quite a bunch of different eras in fingerboarding and seen a lot of different things and seen brands come and go. And yeah, I've just always loved collecting things. So I wanted to showcase them off because these are some really cool pieces of fingerboarding history that I have, and I don't want them to just sit in my drawers and you know not get the recognition that they deserve. So first, I got a bunch of wheels. These are basically a majority all Joy Colts from when Matt was running the company. I'm gonna showcase it on my phone a bit better. I'm not gonna go through all these wheels, but there's just some cool history in here. Mainly, these are like these light blue ones right there. Those were, I think, like one of the first pairs of Joy Colt lights. I think I actually have on this G16 that I refinished. I bought one of the like finish your own blems. This has these pink Joy Colts. I think these are like from the first stock that Matt ever did. Like one of the first ever stocks that he did. And yeah, they're still excellent, excellent wheels. This isn't everything in my collection. This is more sort of the hype brands that people love to see, and also just some really cool history. Um, so I guess let's start with the earlier stuff. The really early pieces of fingerboarding that I have. And probably a good place to start is classic Berlinwood. So these are all the old mold, or all the old Berlinwoods I have and that I used throughout the years. This was actually like the first pro Berlinwood I think I got. This black and gold anchor graphic. And yeah, I mean, these are great. This is the Porn Storm Jesus graphic. This is a Flatface collab one. This is the gold logo. And this was, I believe this was the graphics that came out with the new Berlinwood low mold. I don't even know if they still sell that. These are all like 29 millimeter. Yeah, this minus duck graphic, this was like my favorite graphic ever. And I remember it was like impossible for me to get until some point. I don't know. I think it became available on Flatface, and that's how I got it. Um, and so those ones are pretty cool, but these ones are actually even more insane. These are actually a part of a 3-board set, and it makes it a full image. So let's see. I don't know if you could see. Yeah. So I'm actually missing one of these boards, and this was picked up a really long time ago on eBay. And this was actually, I believe I picked this up directly from a man named Flocky, Flaki. And he was like very big in the scene. I think he had his own company. I could be wrong about this stuff. It's been a really long time. But Flocky or Flaky, he ran some company. I really can't remember the name. It might have been like Flaked Decks or something like that. I'm almost positive I picked this up from him, along with actually Substance dual bearing wheels, which are in that one of those cases that I sent. Those were like one of the first dual bearing wheels ever, I think. But yeah, these are really cool. These are the Berlinwoods from back in the day. Not even a top stamp on them. Really cool piece of history. And then another really cool Berlinwood I have is this longboard, which I don't even know when this was made. You can see I just have a random truck on here. I should really take that off. But yeah, this is a crazy, crazy board. It's a it's a longboard style. You can see how long it is. No clue when this was made or whatever, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. Some other decks that I have. This is a Flatface G12 with the Berlinwood Dennis Lab graphic on it. Mike did like a run of these really long time ago, bunch of Berlinwood graphics on G12s, and I picked this one up. And yeah, I absolutely love it. This was my first Flatface. This was my first professional fingerboard ever. Like I had gotten a People's Republic or a P-Rep deck before that, but this was like my first pro wooden fingerboard, and I got a G12, and I used this thing for forever, man. Like this was the deck that I just used all the time. This one's pretty cool. This is a Low Pro Flatface collab. If you guys know Low Pro, they're a real OG in the scene. And they had this collaboration deck that I picked up and I've kept throughout the years. This is on a Low Pro shape, I believe. Yeah, really, really cool deck. And then this, for those of you who know, this is a Homewood by Justin. And this is actually dated, I don't know if you can see that, it's 2/21/12. So, yeah, February 22nd, 2012. And this was actually a custom board I ordered with custom plies. It was like all red with like a yellow. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking with this ply choice, but yeah, Justin made this, and just very cool. Very, very cool. This is a metal bottom ply. I don't even know what company this is. There's no top stamp. It might be like an NFB. I don't know. Not many people were doing like these metal bottom plies back then. I'm really not sure what it is, which sucks. But yeah, it's kind of got like a G12 shape, but it's not a G12. I compared it. So I don't know. Let me just double check something. So this is an amped fingerboard with Unite fingerboarding, which I believe this was I want to say this was like a forum, or Amped was like the owner of Fingerboard Unite, something like that. Just a cool piece of history. I don't think this company's around anymore. Some other cool ones that I got. These are actually Rad Ramps. This was a really popular company back then. He made these unique shapes and split plies, and he's like one of the first guys to start doing this, I think. And I feel like he was like the first Woob in terms of like hype. And this one I messed up and I refinished this a really long time ago, back when I was younger. I wish I didn't, but I think the board was really thrashed up. And so I refinished it and put this like weird hard graphic on it, experimenting with airbrushing. And then I hated it and I just never lacquered it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll refinish that one day. Continuing down the sort of fingerboard history, these are cool ones. I don't know if anyone remembers this guy. I don't know if he's still making anything, but these are brutal fingerboards. These were cruiser decks, like just straight flat shapes. Really cool. And honestly, I've been kind of wanting to bring something like this back, but just haven't found the time. Bunch of just really cool cruiser shape boards. This one's dated 2014. Just really great craftsmanship on these. Some of the best boards I've seen. Even these wheel wells, like just super cool. He was sick. Shout out Trent from Brutal. I hope he's doing good. Let me just check my phone here for a sec. Okay, we're good. Some other cool stuff that I got. Let's see here. This is a Pop deck. Shout out Pop. He makes some really cool boards. I actually have some other boards by him, but yeah, just a sick. It had some skate grip design on there. Um, let's go a bit newer. Some cool cow plies. So this is from back in the day. These are old cow plies I picked up off Flatface. And these are some old Joy Colts from the mat era. Just, yeah, some great boards here. Another old cow ply. This one's a bit newer, I think, though. Probably 2014-ish. Another old cow ply. I used to have a bunch of these. I used to have a ton of cow plies. I sold them off. I sold off a lot of stuff, which I kind of regret, but at the same time, I'm glad someone else has it, and they get to enjoy it. This is a cow ply catfish barbecue collab on a freshwater. Very cool. I kept it like pristine condition because I also got this one. This was the other graphic that came out with it, and this is in the saltwater shape, and I used this for actually a really long time. I also had some cool catfish barbecues, but I sold those as well. Next are some cool stacked decks. So this is actually like the Gucci bottom ply, Gucci leather bottom ply. This was a Black Friday board, and I got this. This was back November 25, or sorry, November 25, 2017. So yeah, this was all the way back in 2017. It's got my name on the back, so. This is an old stacked split ply. One of two. Super cool. This is when I remember stacked, and he was making these boards like this, and they just look so cool. And this actually is really cool. I don't know much about this. I should actually ask Stacked about it. This is a Bender split ply. So this is a split ply deck, and it is a stacked. I don't even remember where I got this from. I got this from someone else. I picked it up off them. Actually, it might have been from Beast Pants Rider, an old Beast Pants Rider. He sold off a lot of stuff in his collection, and I think I picked this up as part of it. Just a cool piece of history. Here's another cool one. This is a matte era Joy Colt weed deck, painted back when Matt was still. This was part of the first stock of decks that he ever released, actually, and it's honestly one of the best shapes I've ever used. I've really wished that I could somehow pick up more of these from him, but that ship has sailed, I think. Anyways, let's talk about another legendary company here that everyone loves, and that is Woob. I have some really cool Woob decks here. I guess I'll show this one first. This I can't confirm 100% is a Woob, but I can say that based on the bottom tie-dye, it definitely seems like Zach made this board. Yeah, it's like a little mini cruiser shape. I don't think this was made on the same cozy mold, but Zach's old tie-dye boards looked exactly like this, and when I picked it up from someone, they said it was made by Zach. Could be wrong. I don't know, but I'm almost positive this was made by Zach. Because here's an actual tie-dye board that I got from him. This was off, I don't even remember when he made this. But yeah, you can see it's very similar. So looks very, very similar. But yeah, this is a gorgeous deck. Shout out Woob. Shout out Zach. I met Zach a few times at Rendezvous. He's a good guy. This is the first Woob I ever picked up. This is a two-tone deck, and this was actually sold on Brutal Fingerboard's website because I don't even think Zach had a website at the time. He was just selling the boards directly through FBHQ, I think was the forum. That's what this amp is from. It's something with FBHQ and Unite Fingerboarding. I think Unite was a forum as well, and FBHQ was like what other people were using. But yeah, this is a special two-tone. This is the first introduction I ever had to Woob. This is a cool one. This is, I don't know, I think this was made for Stacked. I don't know though. Just a nice exotic Woob, but it's actually the relaxed mold, which is discontinued, and I think is now the master mold. This was honestly, I kind of like this shape more than the cozy. This is a cool one. This was like, it was either like Woob's 10th anniversary or something like that, where he released these special black and gold graphics, and I picked this up, and yeah, just absolutely beautiful, and I couldn't bring myself to set it up. Along with actually this one, so Zach did a collab with Mike, a Flatface collab, and they did the sick mint graphic here, and this is in like a 31 millimeter actually. And I love this so much, and I was like, I can't ride this. So I asked Zach to make me a custom one, and I got custom colors on it with pink. And yeah, this is just a beautiful deck that I used for a while, and that one's 33 by 96. It's all the Woobs I got. And then the last brand that I wanted to show you guys was actually all my Beast Pants decks. So, what should I start with? I guess the first ones I ever got. So these were the first decks. No clue when this was from, but this is like one of the first Howling Cats I got. Just so sick. Absolutely. I remember first seeing these decks and I was like absolutely mind blown. These are some fur stripes from back in the day, back when they were all hand cut. And yeah, and then I just kept going stock after stock and getting boards. I actually sold a ton of decks over to TC Gene. He did an unboxing of it, but I wasn't making boards at that time. So yeah, I sold a ton of decks off to him. Shout out TC Gene. But yeah, these are some other ones in my collection. So let's see, what's a good one? Got this Ghost Coffee. I'm sorry that notification keeps going off. Absolutely love this one. One of my favorites. Another Howling Cat. This is one of the newer ones where you see he's got the real wear on there. That one's really cool. I'm gonna save that one. Here's one. Fur stripe. I really love the fur stripes. This is a newer one. Oh, and actually, this is a very newer one. This is the Living Easy split. I got this very recently. Where are you? Let's show this one. Beast split. Also newer. Newish. I think this is the Rabbit mold. 34 millimeter. Let's go into some of the cooler ones. Actually, hold on. This is a like fabric split. So this part is fabric and the other part's wood. Very cool. And this one is actually, it's a fur stripe tie-dye domesticated. This was James Peterson's, who rode for Beast Pants. I don't know if he still does, but this was his board, and I picked it up off of him. Now to some of the cooler ones, which I don't know if people have seen many of these, but the Beast Pants Wizard, which is just super sick, and look at this top ply. This is a split as well. I mean, this thing is just so sick. You can see he's crafting a little board up there. I mean, it is insane. Here's another very cool one. This is one of my, oh my God, I need to turn that off. I'm so sorry. This is the Sasquatch. Beautiful. This is one of my favorite graphics he's ever made. This is the, I think this was like the Elfie graphic. Super sick. She's taking a selfie. And a split ply on top. in the ferrule mold. This is the Photomancer. This was, I believe, Darian Wynn's pro model. He's who I picked up a lot of stuff from too. Very cool. Split top ply as well. And these are my favorites. These guys are absolutely insane. The basketball, the skeleton playing basketball. These are so sick. This is a bit of a newer one. And then look at this one. Oh my god, that's so cool. I love these. But yeah, that's some of my boards in my collection, guys. I got a ton. That doesn't cover all of it, but that's like some of the main pieces of history that I just wanted to showcase. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little all over the place, a bit rushed, but just wanted to get something out there, and I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Okay, guys, I lied. I actually had some other boards I wanted to show off. So this is a cool board. So this is a board I made. For those of you who don't know, I used to run a company called Onfo Fingerboards. And I had made a deck and went to Rendezvous and left it unfinished, and I got this signed by a bunch of really cool people. You can see the Stay Cozy, that's Zach from Woob. There's a John Cowart signature, a Scott B signature. John Cowart of Cowply, Scott B of Dynamic. This one right here, that's actually, that's Jay Linehan, Jay on knife. And this one is Chuck and Pete from Bonk Benches. Shout out them. So yeah, I never finished this. I still want to get some more signatures from legendary fingerboarders, but thought I'd showcase that off. And then I want to show these ones. So this is actually a Collinswood. If you guys know, he makes super cool like wood burnt and like split plies and really good craftsmanship on his decks. And I asked him for this custom wood burnt Bubsy, Bubsy 3D, or Bubsy the Bobcat deck. And yeah, he killed it. It is so sick. He wood burned all of this. I don't know why. It was like an inside joke with my friends back then with Bubsy. It like ended up being my gamer tag and a nickname I had, so just was funny. So I got him to make me this, and then actually, for those of you guys that know Level Up Bushings, he used to also make fingerboards, and he took custom requests, and he did really good custom split ply work, and I got a custom Bubsy split ply, which is just absolutely insane. And then the last thing I wanted to show off was actually just some nostalgic history for myself. This was the first fingerboard that I ever made back in, I don't even know. I mean, this had to be like 2010, 2012-ish. It's like trash, this board. This was made using a Gator fingerboard mold, and like the worst veneer you could possibly get. I like purchased it from like Michael's, and it was like the thinnest stuff ever. And just, I didn't know anything about cross plies and had no clue anything about like shaping. I think I used a tech deck to shape it, drilling, like it was just awful. And yeah, it was called Paradise Fingerboards. And I never, like I made 2 boards and that was it, like until I eventually made Onfo and started doing decks again. And now, eventually, Dizo. So yeah, I just thought that was a cool piece of history. I'm glad I still have this. It's just crazy how far boards have come, especially mine, because now I got, I'm making boards like this. It's just really cool to see. But yeah, that's it. That's it for this collection video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you.